What I'm about to share with you is my small beginnings, is how I started creating my own business empire out from a sheet of paper, particularly from a school project way back when I was in secondary college. And this video is maybe for those people who are trying to create their own names, who are trying to build something out of their passion, out of something that they are really into. And by doing so, or by this video, maybe you could learn something out of it which you can still apply to your own life, and perhaps will create a name for you and an idea that will generate income for you. So let's go. So when I was in secondary college, I took up Bachelor of Arts in Psychology, and one of our minor subject is about entrepreneurship. And there, during that year, based as per my first video, that I started from youth organizations, being a youth volunteer, meaning I don't have any backgrounds in terms of business. My family's background is having a business, and I don't get any idea from anyone, as to how to build or start my own business. I don't have any idea at first. It was just from that very specific project from our minor subject, entrepreneurship, which I fell in love with how the subject works. Or although during the time I could still remember that even that time, every time we are having that subject, most of my classmates felt nervous, or instructor would then for the particular subject was a little bit terror, special mention to non-believe. The final requirement of the subject is to create a business plan. But there are two options. There were two options. First is to create a business plan. Second is to become an A1 agent. I preferred to choose doing business plan, even though I don't have any idea. Upon doing so, I was able to research something like as to how to start my own business plan. From there, the very first thing that is very hard to do is to generate the concept and also create the business name. We already have the background about types of businesses, the categories of business, but the creation of its name and its concept is quite difficult, especially that I don't have any background yet. So some of my classmates did choose to be an A1 agent, but because I always loved challenges way back since I was a youth volunteer, and since we are in trainings, that's why I love obstacle courses. Way back, I am a fan of mythologies, so I tried to search for a name. At first, my concept is very basic. Just want to create my own coolers like gulaman, ice cream, refreshments. And upon trying to search for a name, I am struck with the idea of a Roman mythology called Janus, the Roman god of beginning and end. Because during the time as well, I am a fan of mythologies, and I am searching for the origin of every month. So Janus is the origin of the name January, the month January. And that's why from that name, Janus, we have created an acronym, the J and N. So first, my idea is just a J and colors, just a refreshment. Then I realized that since I was involved in youth organizations, we evolved into trainings from the Silhouette Training Institutions. So why not I create a business out of my passion, which is organizing events. That's why I started with the name JN Organizing Services, and later on it was changed into JN Productions and Events to JN Prods and Events. But it's just one of the very first concepts I have created. It's just merely about wedding packages at first. But again, I am not a businessman. I don't have any idea how to run a business. That's why most of the time when I started the business, it's just all about trial and error. So I believe that's also one of our very first steps in dealing with business. If you are an aspiring entrepreneur, to always remember trial and error. Although most of the time it's always error, but based on my first episode, always remember that from error to error, one discovers the entire truth, and from every failures, we get to discover things that would help us to also discover our hidden potential. The impulse and events at first is a wide, complex idea, because I always love of imagining things, and I don't know, it's maybe a delusional thing, but an idea, everything starts with a simple idea. That business plan has become my foundation, has become my guide. Although at first it was not really a concrete plan, but at least I started it all. I started doing, I started creating or drafting that business plan. Because from that business plan, from that plan, I was able to create my own business empire as of the moment. So I was thankful of the specific school project. If not because of that, I wasn't able to create my own business, which would create more opportunities for my people. So my realizations were always remember to plan. Plan everything ahead of time. Although it's just a draft, but the important thing is that you plan. Because according to Benjamin Franklin, that if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Second thing is don't get rid of your ideas, because your ideas will bring you to success. Although it's very uncomfortable at first, especially if you have different ideas and it's very hard to organize at first. Most importantly is that you're able to create or imagine an idea, because from that idea you will be able to execute something or which will perhaps create a name for you. And finally, is that great things always starts from small beginnings. If not today, when? So it's better for you to start from small, from scratch, rather than doing nothing at all. Because it's better that if you tried, even though you failed, at least you learn. Because always remember that experience will always be the best teacher. And that first step, that single step, will be your foundation, will be your stepping stone for you to start your own journey. A journey to 1,000 leagues begins with a single step. Maybe my first step is just from a simple business plan. But maybe your story, your journey will be much easier, will be much convenient. We don't know. But you could never know if you never try. So now is the time for you to try something new, for you to evolve in something, for you to create your own name. This is Neil, and always remember, if you want something to happen, do something.